Hey everybody, it's Mama. Welcome back to Mama's Odi Tarot. So today we're doing a deep dive on Lil Kim. Somebody requested me to do this video. Not exactly sure what their username is right now, but yeah, so we're gonna start off obviously with her public persona, but let's not waste any time. Like I say, let's jump right in. Public persona. We have a big favor, empathy, honesty, positive, amusement, and lust. Okay, so as far as Little Kim's public persona, I'll say that she's definitely a very positive person, somebody that people feel a lot of empathy for, possibly even like really feel pity and feel bad for her. Because I know a lot of people like to say like, oh my God, why did she change her face? Why did she do all that to her? Like a lot of people feel a lot of empathy because they know what she's been through. They know that she's been in, domestic violence situations. Like she's had a lot that has happened to her and she's been vocal about it, right? With this honesty. She's not afraid to talk about what she has been through as far as her relationship and having her nose broken and her having to get her nose reconstructed and like things like that. And her struggles with her identity and really loving her skin color and all of that stuff. Like she's really talked about those things and she's very honest and real and raw about her struggles and what she's been through. She tries to keep a real positive outlook on life and a positive mindset and spread that positivity to other people. I think with this amusement, she tries to keep it more lighthearted, more comical, more funny, really be an entertainer and not, really, I think I would say she does it with this empathy. Like she would appreciate people caring about her and she's a caring person herself, but I don't think she would want people to feel pity or feel bad for her. Like she tries to keep it a little more lighthearted so that way people still, see things in a positive light and know that you can overcome, right? Like she's still here, she's still standing, she's still going and moving, We also have lust, so she definitely has some lustful energy about her. She definitely, of course, in her music always gave off that vibe. We know how she would pose and do those poses where she'd be basically showing her whole front, like, and how she talks in her music is very lustful and, sexual and things like that. So that's no surprise that that's a part of her public persona, being passionate and no holds bars when it comes to how she talks about lust and sexual things in her music. And lastly, we have big favor. So honestly, if I'm gonna be real, it does suggest that she's somebody who is a little bit needy and codependent and feels like, I guess, the people that she's been around, the people that she's rocked with always since the beginning, she's gonna always be dedicated to them and she's gonna always be available to them because of the way that they've helped her, right? With this big favor. Like the people that I've needed, they've been kind to me, they've helped me, like, so I ain't gonna never turn on them. So that's kind of making me a little nervous because it suggests that she's very loyal, but we gotta hope and pray that she's being loyal to good causes and being loyal to good people and not just people that's out here doing anything, because this is really suggesting that whoever's like able to help her and give her those favors and do things for her, that's who she's going to be there for and be loyal to and support, because they helped her out and was available to her when she was in need. So that's kind of how she thinks about things in terms of, her public persona and the people that she rock with. Let's see about her true inner nature. Lil Kim's true inner nature. All right, we have it's mutual. It's the same. They basically say it's going to be mutual with her public persona. That's very much, she's raw. She's authentic. She's who she is. All right, we have dishonesty coming out in reverse. Yeah, she's just like they say we already told you. You already know the truth. She's already spoken her truth about who she is. And her inner personality is very much with this, it's mutual, pretty much on the same wavelength as her public persona. She's not a liar. She keeps it real. She's been honest about what she's been through. She does love to date and have sex. And, she's the stuff that the lustful things, she's into all that. Check-in, small favor, and community. So yeah, with the small favor, this is further emphasizing that, it says, I'm hoping you won't mind helping me with something minor. Like, true, even as far as her inner personality, like she's always available to do a favor and look to other people for favors. Like for her, it's all about a give and take. Like you do for me, I do for you with this big favor and small favor. Like she's down for the people that's willing to help her out, and be loyal to her and like do things for her. Then those are the people that she'll be loyal to and support. Like those are the people that she really rocks with in terms of community and loyal friends and family. That's super important to her. That's very, very important to her, to have that community and have support and have people that she could rely on and help, because it seems like she has a hard time with self-sufficiency here. She has a hard time being independent and doing things on her own. So with this check-in, it's like they saying that internally she doesn't really check in with herself. She don't really do the introspection and the work that she needs to do to make sure that she's really, doing what she need to do. Like, she ain't doing the healing work. She ain't really working on herself. Like, that's basically what this is saying. Like, she's not doing those internal check-ins. And she's not even doing check-ins on these people. Once they available to help her, it's basically like, then I rock with them. I'm loyal to them. They part of my community. They're part of my family. Then I rock with them. Good or bad, right? Like, it literally says we're on the same wavelength, good or bad. So even if this person is a bad person, like the dealer or somebody, like, yo, she's going to be loyal to them. If they was loyal to her and never did nothing to her, then there's no reason she feel like there's no reason for her to go against them. Like, she's not doing the check-in to see, like, is this person really harming other people? Are they really a good person? Like, what? Bro, she's one of those that can easily be charmed, easily be love bombed by a lover or a person because, they could tell her whatever lies and she don't pick up on this dishonesty. She don't check in. She's just naive, to be honest. Like, that's the main word for it. She's naive and she don't do her due diligence when it comes to making sure that people are good. She just accept them for what it is that they could do for her. And as long as they helping her, there's no need for her to really dive any deeper and check in and see if this person is really even somebody that she should be around or not. She just mind her business. All right, let's see about her motivations for wanting a career. Why does she want a career? We have secret, great news, meddler, chaos, bad news in reverse, and safe space. All right, so starting off with the safe space and the meddler. It was one of those things where she had somebody else that pretty much came in and was like, I think this would be a good idea, actually. This is like with this secret, it was like she was kind of holding back initially when it comes to her music. It was more like a hidden talent of hers, something that she really was just keeping to herself because it's just like, yeah, I'm good at it. But I don't think that she really, really believed that it was going to be a huge success. But somebody came in, whoever this meddler was, and was like, you know what? With this great news, I think that you would actually be an amazing rapper and you could actually be really good at this. And you should lean more into that. And with this chaos and bad news coming out in reverse, I feel like, she was dealing with a lot of chaos in her life. She was dealing with a lot of drama. I mean, the girl grew up in the hood in Brooklyn. Like, I get it. So she was going through certain things. And, of course, when you ain't got it, like, it's going to be stressful. You got to do whatever you can to get it. Or you might be dealing with certain lovers that's not good for you. Like, either way, she had a trail of mayhem behind her. It was a lot of drama and a lot of chaos going on in her life. And she was tired of getting bad news. She was over the bad news. Right? She was just sick of things going wrong. And she was happy to hear this with this safe space. She was happy to hear that this could work out. And honestly, whoever this person was, it could have been somebody that she was, sleeping with. And she, let them in on her hidden secret, her hidden talent, and shared that with them. And they was like, girl, you're going to be amazing. Ain't that kind of what happened in the Biggie movie? That's kind of funny. I think that's how it went. Like, she was rapping to him in the bed or something. I can't remember because it's been years since I've seen it. But was she like rapping to him in the bed or something? And he was like telling her how to switch it up or something of that nature. But whatever the case may be, her main motivation was just to get away from the stress and, find a safe space and have a better life. And somebody was like, you know what? This hidden talent you got, if you bring that to the light, that's going to be what gets you it. All right, so next let's go to how did she get huge? How did she get big as far as, really getting her big break in the industry? Coffin. Interesting. High honor. Mature woman. Sudden wealth. After somebody's death, she got into high honor and became a mature woman and got her wealth. Occupation. Wealthy man. Child. False person. Y'all, this is not good. Oh my God. I'm gonna have to get some more fries with that because from what I see, you guys, it's not good. This is like she sold her soul. This is like she sacrificed a man in order to get it. She put an end to someone's career, somebody who she worked with that was in high honor. It was gonna be a wealthy man. Like, yo, please tell me, this is crazy. Y'all, I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss for words right now. That's how she got the high honor. And with this mature woman and child, it's like they saying she made a very stupid, childish decision because she wanted to turn her life around. She didn't want to be this young little, she wanted to be known as a mature woman and to have a career. Like, she didn't want people taking her for a joke. She wanted people to take her seriously. And she wanted that money. And she intertwined herself with becoming a false person, selling her soul, aligning with Diddy, the diddler. And this is like they sacrificed Biggie and oh my God. Oh. Give me some more fries with this. Is this what I think? A sacrifice on Biggie? Y'all? Oh my God. The 9 of Cups. This is crazy. The 9 of Cups, y'all. This was about her getting her happily ever after. Like, yo, she was at peace with making this decision is what they're saying. Give me 2 more. Who else was involved in this? The Star, yeah. This is how she got her stardom. Oh my God. Death and the Moon. This is like literally one of her deepest, darkest secrets. Like, this is one of her deepest, darkest secrets that she keeps near and dear to her and close to her. And she was at peace with that. She's at peace with that decision with what she did. This is crazy. Like, literally, Biggie, they looked at him as a star. Yeah. Yeah, because he was a Pisces rising tropically, so that would mean he was an Aquarius rising sidereal. Biggie. This is crazy. Give me one more. The Hermit, yes. Sometimes when I see that Hermit card, I think of Gemini, you guys. He's definitely a Gemini. And sometimes when I see that Hermit card, I think Gemini. I'm not even going to hold you. Like, because they be needing to go on that hermit mode and do that introspection, and they be having that push and pull between being around people, being outside, having friends, and having all these friend groups, or doing what it is that makes them happy and isolated and going down their road. And they be making some, because I think of the Fool sometimes with the Hermit card. Gemini Virgo to access there. Because those ain't the Gemini Virgo the sister signs? I think so. I could be wrong. But either way, y'all, basically what they're saying here is that she was very much at peace with this decision to make this foolish ass decision and go down this road to end his life. And this is one of her deepest, darkest secrets that she holds close, and there's multiple other people that's involved in this, right? With this 9 of Cups being here, and they all pretty much keep it quiet, and they all pretty much don't say nothing. But the Death and the Moon, like, yeah, they did some ritualistic, nasty stuff. And this was all, a sacrifice for them. This was literally a sacrifice to get rid of him so that they can have stardom. And she was one of those people who was aligned with this so that she could get her career. It's to get rid of Biggie. Well, it didn't work out so well. She got her karma in this life. So good. Oh, boy. That I don't like. I don't like that at all. But I can't get stuck there. I got to keep going. Look at it. Look at it. Look at the family right there. The 4 Wands. That's the family. That's the bloodline. But let's go ahead and continue. I next asked, what were some of her early music career struggles? Great fortune, gift, distant horizon in reverse, family room, and message. Doing this. One of her early career struggles was aligning with the family, was aligning with Diddy, like becoming, you know what I'm saying? Working with him, having these conversations, partying with him, being around him, these meetings. And the message of concern, the message that was given, the message that was sent was that, yo, we got to put him out of here. His ship has sailed. We got to set him sail. We got to get rid of him, because if he's not willing to attach with this stuff, that's the message of concern. She's willing to do it, and Biggie is not. Biggie is not willing to do all of this stuff to get the money. So that's where the issue is coming in. That's the Hermit. He's like, hell no. I'm going down forging my own path. No, he was like, even if there was going to be hills, I'm sticking to the rivers and the lakes that I'm used to. Even if there was going to be obstacles to climb, he was not willing to go down that route. But because he already knew too much, He already knew too much. This is what this is saying. He knew with the great fortune and the gift, he was aware, just like she was aware. They both got to talk about how it is that they're going to get their great fortune and how they're going to get all this. And because the struggle is that the music career struggle is that she was willing to do this, but who it involves, they have to get rid of. That's the problem. That's the problem. Who it is that he is ultimately somebody she quote unquote care about or love or his family, but obviously not that much. If you was willing to do this. 721 and 726 is significant. 717 is also significant. Boy, oh boy. But yeah, that's pretty much what she chose to do just to get her wealth. And the main career struggle in the beginning was like, yo, I'm willing to do this, but it sucks the person who we have to get rid of in order to have this because he don't want to align himself with this and he don't want to join us. What about personal struggles? Unexpected income, expectation, thoughts, toil and labor, privileged lady, message of concern, and main female. Okay, so now her personal struggles is being a bitter, scorned woman because it's like, okay, now I see why you eventually get bitter, Lil Kim, and decide that you're going to involve yourself in this because you was expecting to be the woman that was always on his mind and y'all was supposed to be this power couple, work together like it was all set up. It was all set up for y'all to be this power couple. You was going to get this money, have this unexpected income. It was all, Diddy had it all lined up. All the powers that be, everybody that was involved, Clive Davis, all the people that was talking, they had this planned out for you to be this privileged lady. But the main concern is that, no, he don't want you as his privileged lady. He wants you as the main female, and Faith is his privileged lady. Faith is the one that he wants to be with every day and wants to love and have children with and work on a relationship and build things with, even though you're always on my mind. Even though you always thinking about this man, like he's always on your mind. That's not what he want. So that's really what the issue is that she just didn't fit in. She couldn't make it fit. She couldn't make it work. She couldn't figure out how she could be his only lady, his main one, his privileged lady. And that was a problem for her. And so that was the personal struggles. Always having to be the side chick. Always feeling like she got to pretty much with this toil and labor, always be putting on an image, being fake, working with him and acting like she okay with just being a co-worker and, somebody that he does music with and that they just in this group together. And it's like, no, I want to be more. I feel like I'm more and I'm having to be decided. I feel like with this message of concern, it was like, I don't know, she was begging Biggie at a certain point or she was just talking to him like, listen, I really want you to do this. And once he said he's really not, that's not what he's going for, and he's sticking it out with Faith and he wants to be with her and work with her, she was like, you know what? Forget. Or this message of concern, like, forget it. If he the one, remember, she already had, the message already came out. The message was already sent, and that was a concern in terms of her music career. And that was a concern in terms of her personal life, but eventually she just took the message. She got the message and she was able to go with it, and it wasn't a concern any longer because in terms of her personal life, he wasn't choosing her. He didn't want her. He just didn't want to, he wasn't putting her in that status, in that role. So that was a huge issue for her. She was always thinking about Biggie. That's crazy. Wow. This is wild. Y'all, I'm like, how certain videos will shake me to my core. This is one of those ones that's definitely shaking me. All right, let's keep going. What's next? I have to check because I don't even know what I wrote down next. That was about Biggie. I said, how did her and Biggie's relationship affect her career while he was still alive? Boy, I don't even know if I'm ready to see this. Thief, groupie in reverse. Oh my God, obsessive lover. Let me move this out the way so we got more space. Haunted, moves in silence, same-ish, different day, coming out of reverse, and creativity. Wow. So yeah, when he was still alive, she was pretty much in groupie energy, which she didn't appreciate. She felt like he was robbed from her. He was stolen from her. That Faith took him. She was obsessed with him. She was always dealing with, being haunted by their memories in terms of the sex, everything. Like, it was bothering her. It was really pissing her off. She was dealing with a lot of trauma behind the situation about the fact that they had all these memories, but he was choosing to marry another woman and leave her out of the picture and leave her as a side chick that he was dealing with behind closed doors whenever he felt like it. And then eventually with this moving on and moves in silence, I feel like it was one of those things where eventually he really wanted to progress and change. He didn't want to do things the old way. Things were starting to change. And when opportunity was presented for him to do these dark things, and they told him, it's going to be on the hush hush and we're going to do it behind closed doors, that's when it wasn't same-ish, different day no more, right? No more chilling, smoking, drinking, having fun together, because now I can't trust you mother effers. Like, y'all over here on some dark stuff and y'all doing some shit that that's a fully Jamaican man. He like, what? My mother would kill me if I was to involve myself in something like this. Like, there's just no way. There's no way he about to do this clown move. Like, I'm looking at the way this woman got older. He like, no, that's clown behavior. And I'm not about to become a part of that circus. I'm just not doing it. And so because like I said, they was afraid that he was possibly going to talk or say something, that he already knew too much, that he was already involved with certain things and was aware of what was going on, that they had to get rid of him and pretty much siphon off of him with this creativity. Yeah, they was going to use him as a sacrifice so that they could, siphon off his creativity and his abilities while he was alive. And then once that wasn't capable of being done no more, it's like, all right, we can't siphon off you no more and use you for your abundance and your creativity and your pen game and your music skills and your abilities. And the fact that you are really a true artist in this generation, well, then we just going to sacrifice you because you will be one of the best. I'm looking at this, how Martin Luther King is on there. It's like you would, it's sick, dark stuff where they think he would be an amazing sacrifice because of his level of stardom. Remember, he came out as the star. They knew his level of stardom, so they felt like he would be the perfect sacrifice since he didn't want to align himself with the dark stuff, which they was going to just use him and siphon off of him anyway. Once he attached to the darkness and start and sell his soul and do all that stuff. So he was just like, no. But yeah, she was an obsessive lover, a groupie who he was dealing with in secret, and she felt like he was stolen from her. And that he was supposed to be her husband, and they were supposed to be a power couple and have everything. All right, so what about after he passed away? Unfazed coming out in reverse. Grudge holder, love on the brain, marrying for money, always partying, cyberbully, boss daddy in reverse, and wasting time. Wow. So after the fact, she started to feel like, real nostalgic about him and missing him definitely with this love on the brain. Daydreaming about him, thinking about him, missing him, now that he's no longer here, honestly, I hate to say it, but thinking about the fact that he might have possibly been stupid, like, it's weird. It's weird, like, because the way that cyberbully card kind of flipped over, she kind of like, why you didn't just do what you was told? It's like she just feels like if he would have just not allowed himself to be taken advantage of, allowed himself to be bullied, allowed himself to be played with and not stand up for himself, then he would still be here. Like, that's how she's thinking. Like, hey, if you would have just listened, if you would have just did what you was told and party with us and do all of this stuff, then you wouldn't be in this situation. That's sick and that's crazy because it's like, what are you talking about? Like, this was a lose-lose situation for him. He didn't win no way. And he wasn't about to do anything that went against his spirit. And ultimately, God called him home so that he could be back with him, so that he wouldn't align himself with nothing crazy like that. So that's crazy that she would be, this is her thought process here. In the mind of her, it's like, well, you would just be partying with us. We would be married. We would have this life. Like, I would have married you for money. We would have been all good. Everything would have been fine. But because you didn't want to believe in it, and because you felt some type of way, like, and you was about to possibly, I don't know, speak up or say something about it, now your time had to be ended. Now you're gone. And she felt like, pretty much he wasted a chance. He wasted an opportunity of a lifetime. That's what I'm getting from this wasting time. Like, that's literally what she's saying. Like, he wasted an opportunity of a lifetime that he had. And it's like, bro, that's sick. That's crazy that but I mean, this is after he died. So this is what she was really thinking. But I think eventually now, to be honest, to be real, with this unfazed and reverse and grudge holder coming out, currently they're saying that, she's starting to hold a grudge. Now she's starting to realize like, maybe he had the right idea, because with this unfazed coming out of reverse, her life ain't so good. Her life wasn't peaches and cream. It didn't turn out to be everything that she thought it would be. She aligned with the darkness, did these rituals, did all of these stuff. And look, she's still not happy. She still don't have the life that she wants. Everything didn't turn out right. So now she's thinking that he maybe had the right idea. But initially, because everything was so good and she was partying, living life, having fun, she's just like, big, you missed out and you lost out and you could have been here and we could have been married and we could have had everything. And that's weird. But now she's sad and nostalgic and realizing that she was dumb and she made the wrong choice. Possibly, with that haunted that came out, possibly being haunted by his ass, because she was most definitely involved. I don't care. She knew about that. She knew about that and was involved with that happening. And I think she was a bitter woman scorned because he didn't want to choose her. And that's why she aligned herself to that. Because when it comes to lovers and when it came to marriage, he was most definitely very disciplined. All right. Very disciplined when it came to the fact that he wanted to make it work with Faith. Like he was going to try to figure out how to make that work. And he definitely had a lot of love for her. And she was very curious. Had a lot of animosity and was very unfriendly towards Faith because she felt like, why is it that you're choosing her? But he chose her. I choose you. Yeah, that's who he chose. And he felt like, she was a bad choice. She was like all of that stuff, aligning with the darkness. Her even the fact that she was willing to do this. The rituals and all of that stuff. He like, girl, I can't, why would I ever love somebody like you when you would attach yourself to all of that stuff? No, he wanted the woman that he was married to, and he was very much disciplined and wanted to make it work. And there was a lot of envy and deceit involved with Lil Kim because she felt some type of way. She was very jealous and ended up wearing a mask and deceiving him and doing something dark to end his life and damage his health and put him in bad health because she felt some type of way about the fact that everything was turning over in his life and he had true love coming out here twice. It was all about her being mad about the love that he did not want with her. Wow. And with this curious, she was always just wondering, why not me? Why not me? Why not me? And it's like, no, I don't want you. It's not you. Like, always worried about why it is that he don't want to be stuck and trapped with her. He didn't care about his status. That wasn't a big deal for him. So he was not about to be out here doing nothing dark. So there's that. Let's go ahead and continue. Because I could be in this energy forever and get stuck. Because this is really, 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 really interesting. Let me move these over. I have to do a reading on Biggie now. Because it's like with him, it was all about hustling. From what I see, making his money, working hard. And it was never, getting money to feed his daughter. Like he said, it was never about doing nothing dark. Oh, God, I got these all mixed up. Hopefully that's how it was. It was never about him doing nothing dark. He was really focusing on doing what was right. And now look, she realized that she was wrong. Like I said, now she in the energy of fake flexing because she ain't got it. Did he lie to her? All the people that made her promises, they made her false promises. And it didn't. The plans didn't work out how she wanted it to. And it's all about him being uninterested in her being a happiness hater. I cannot make it up. I can't make it up, y'all. Ain't this what I said? His life was irritating her demons. And once they let him know about all of that dark stuff, this is what this is also telling me. He was like, hell no. But just too busy winning in reverse. He was like, I don't need money that bad. I just cannot make it up. The cards is all the different decks are saying the same thing. And this was major legal issues for him that he wouldn't be attached to this. And so, it was causing major issues between him and them. And they pretty much decided to get rid of him. So that's real unfortunate. But I should have known that this reading was going to get dark, you guys, when they told me to bring out my dark confessions and my true crime oracle cards. I should have known it was going to get bad. I just didn't think it was going to be this bad. Oh, God, I thought it was more so going to be about, like, the DV and her and the relationship, but this is crazy. Anyways, let's just go ahead and continue because I'm procrastinating a little bit. Let's go ahead. I'm just like, whoa. All right, the next one is, how is she feeling towards her music career right now? All right, we have the Page of Bongs, the Five of Bongs. Boy. All right, so that's the Page of Cups, the Five of Cups, the High Priestess, Judgment, Knight of Wands in reverse. Oh, Lord. Yep, this is the Five of Buds, which is basically the Five of Pentacles, the Strength card, and the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. She feel like she lost everything. She got nothing. Ten of Pentacles in reverse? She feel like she was fooled, that she was conned, she was played. She lost everything. And her, biting that temptation and being alive with that dark stuff and doing whatever makes her happy, just being so led by her lust and her temptation and her thirst. This is giving very much vampiric energy. But yeah, her lust for all of that stuff and being a part of that is the reason why she ended up being conned and played. And now she's financially inept. She don't have it. She don't have no money. She got left out in the cold here with the Five of Pentacles. She's struggling financially for believing in whoever this King of Wands in reverse is. Most likely the Sag, most likely the fire sign. I mean the Scorpio. Excuse me, the Scorpio. Even though this is fire, it's the Scorpio, and she feel like she made an incorrect judgment, and she fell for the okie doke, aligning herself with this dark stuff, And now judgment is being called on her life. And she knows now with this high priestess, she knows better now. She didn't know better before, but she see, because now she ain't got the fruits of her labor. She only been dealing with bad karma, negativity. But it's like it's almost too late now. She crying over spilled milk here. Excuse me, confirmation with this 5 of Cups, because they like, it's too late. You already made this choice. You can't stand alone now with the Page of Cups and try to go on a different route and do things all on your own. No. I'm here. I have nothing. She don't have nothing. If I don't have you. Like literally, without Biggie, she has nothing. And choosing to damage his life and choosing to get rid of him and align with the dealer in the darkness and do all of that stuff is what called judgment on her life and caused her whole life to go downhill. It was good for a little moment. But now she having to really put on a face, put on a brave face, and put on the image that everything is good because she don't have nothing. She really don't. And she's pretending like she's good. She's pretending like she's okay and that she's all good. She could do battle by herself with this strength and Page of Wands. But ultimately, no. She's in a situation where she's having to pretty much move very careful and calculated because she really don't got it. She just don't. She's struggling to make ends meet, definitely. So I asked, is she working on any projects right now? Which is probably the answer is probably no. Because it's like, but we'll see. Is she working on any projects right now? Okay, we have the 6 of Cups. The Ace of Cups. Oh, apparently she is. Okay, the 3 of Pentacles. Yep, she's working with other people right now. Trying to form some sort of collaboration, work with other people to see what it is that she could create. Okay, we have the 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, so, okay, I don't know if she wants to do, now my hand is itching, like a farewell tour or like a wrapping up tour. Like, she gonna try to do something like that where it's like all of her, it feels like working with a lot of her old stuff that she's already done. I don't really see too much of new music, but trying to do a spin on, maybe going on tour with her old music. We also have the, 3, 4, 5, the 6 of... What is bongs here? The 6 of Swords, excuse me. And then we have the 8 of Swords. Yeah. She's feeling really stuck right now. Like, and she's trying to pretty much see if she could take the old and make it new again. Refresh the old and come back and bring it new and see if she could grow and evolve and start over when it comes to having a career. So, but it feels like with this, it's going to be more nostalgic. It's going to be trying to, like a legacy tour or, let me bring up all my old music and maybe try to remaster them or redo them and things like that, where she's trying to spin the old music and make it fresh again, make it new again. She might throw in some new singles and some new music here and there, but it feels like she's really trying to rely on her older music that she's already done, things that she's already worked on, as well as collaborations and working with other people to make it poppin'. Like, so yeah, she's working on, seems like some sort of best hits, Lil Kim's best hits album or something like that, like something where it's or Lil Kim remastered with her greatest hits and doing some sort of not a farewell tour because she ain't probably never gonna say farewell, but like pretend like it's a farewell tour and she's saying goodbye and closing out, and retiring, like a retirement type tour, or even trying to get some sort of residency. Like, she's going to really try to do something where she could still rely on her old music and rely heavily more on collaborations. And if she do any music, just getting heavy features and good features that actually carry the music as opposed to her carrying the music. She really want to rely on other people to carry it for her. That's pretty much what I'm getting. And the 6 of Cups is like I said, happy memories. It's all her old stuff, like trying to get people to really be like, oh, Lil Kim making a comeback. Like, boom, 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 Lil Kim's making a comeback. And she's got, we feeling nostalgic. Like, she really wants to rely on nostalgia to lead her into, ushering her into this new phase of her career and her coming back in the public eye. She really do. She really want to try to stir something up so that she can make some money and fix her situation, because it's not looking good. Like, she don't got a rainy day fund and she's trying to establish herself and get some long-term success. So she will be trying to make her appearance back again. All right, let's go ahead and continue. What did I ask next? How is she feeling towards any other projects outside of music? Is she like, excited to work on, do anything outside of music or work on any other projects outside of music? We have Justice, the Lovers, the Queen of Buds, which is the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Joints, which is the Queen of Wands. This is the 10 of Wands, and this is the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so in terms of other projects, she feel like, listen, she's carrying a lot of burdens, like She feel like people don't treat her fairly. Like, she's supposed to have much more love, much more support. Like, people supposed to be wanting to work with her more. Like, she feel like she don't have people not giving her flowers. Put it like that. People don't give her flowers. She don't have the love. She don't have the support. She don't have all the people working with her and wanting to do things with her. She feel like in terms of her image is, being sexual and being passionate and all that, like, she felt like that would carry her. She really feel like she should be a sex symbol, and people should, it's like, oh my God, this is so crazy. This is so crazy. Like, she really feels some type of way about her public perception and the way that people view her, and that she don't have the love, and that she's had to carry all these burdens and go through all this stress and do things on her own, and that with this Knight of Pentacles, it's only been like Diddy and maybe a few other people who's wanted to pour into her, and help her and try to help her grow and make things work for her. Like, she's scorned and got animosity towards the industry and Hollywood and Hollyweird and people who haven't supported her and been there for her and helped her, because she feel like, why don't I have more collaborations? Why am I not on the TV screen? Why am I not doing movies? And why don't people want to work with me and do all these things with me and put me on the forefront and put me on the spotlight? Why don't I have the reputation and the love and everything that I want? But ultimately, what the ancestors are saying is that this is karmic justice for the choices that she made, for being money motivated and taking on all that burdens of harming somebody else who she claimed that she loved, and doing some witchy shit and doing some ritualistic shit to harm Biggie. So it's a twofold energy there, because all the while she's trying to talk and say, woe is me, I don't like the way I'm being judged, the ancestors are saying, baby, that's your karma. That is your karma, absolutely, right there, for what you chose to do. So thank you, ancestors, for that. All right, let's go ahead next. What did I pull on next? Love, right? What kind of lover does she want? Oh, boy. I'm trying to remember. I think it's 6 cards each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, and then let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then how many is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoa. Oh, so it's 8 and 8. Excuse me. 6. All right, 7, 8. And then these are 8. Got it. Cool. Got it. So what kind of lover does she want? And how has love treated her in the past and in marriage, especially when it comes to Mr. Papers? All right, so let's start with what kind of lover does she want with the first 4? Honesty, friendship, judgment in reverse, and guilt. Okay, so basically, it says, I release any beliefs that I know that no longer assist in my soul's growth. So she wants somebody who will help her to get over this guilt that she's feeling about what she has done, that she could be honest with and build a friendship with. And with this judgment in reverse, it feels like, bro, she already had that person. She's saying, I already lost out on that person. I misjudged them. I don't know. It's like her choosing to be dark and be aligned with that stuff is like Biggie knew. And he was like, girl, I do not want you. No. And so she's wishing that she was honest with him, be able to kept that friendship, trusted him, and not treated him the way that she did, and just accepted stuff for what it was. But ultimately, in a lover, she was looking for somebody who, she could be real with, that, she could be her most authentic self with, that they could build a friendship first, that they wasn't going to judge her negatively or harshly or be mean to her or talk bad or talk down on her or, make her feel shame or guilt for being somebody sexual or being somebody who, is into, her sexual nature and love and all of that stuff. So what about when it comes to Mr. Papers? Self-esteem, pride, balance, and humor. So basically, like, when it came to her relationship with Mr. Papers, he had a lot of pride, he had a lot of ego, and so it really wasn't balanced. He really wasn't treating her good. It was a lot of just like him making fun of her. So I guess that's where the guilt and the shame comes from. Him laughing at her, probably talking bad about how she looked, her body, her face, like really damaging her self-esteem, acting like he was the prize, like he was the one that was, she should be so happy to have a lover like him, like he's the one that looked good, like just so much in his ego and pride self, like without her she would be nothing. He brings the balance, he brings everything. Like he basically was trying to tell her that she would be nobody and be nothing without him. And her life was pretty much shit until he came into it, and he brought the balance and he brought the goodness and he brought all the good stuff to the situation. And so she was really suffering in terms of her self-esteem. And again, it goes back to what I said about her just pretty much acting like it's everything is okay. Like where I talked about her her outer personality and her trying to keep with amusement coming out, her trying to keep everything lighthearted. So don't forget that we saw that out there, and now humor is coming out again, where it's like she will pretty much not take it so seriously the way that somebody would harm her or damage her. Like, I guess just for the sake of having a partner and having somebody to share her life with, she would just pretty much act like, oh no, it's okay, it's fine. But it's like, no, he just broke your nose and beat you up and called you ugly and said all type of nasty stuff about you. Like, no, that's not okay. But I guess she's conditioned herself to believe that that's normal and that that's okay. All right, so let's go ahead and continue. I asked about her current love blockage, and whether or not she's, dating and in a relationship. And then I asked more about that here. All right, so her current love blockage: acceptance in reverse, success, loneliness, and peace. So, okay, her current love blockage is the fact that she still don't accept herself. She still don't truly love herself. She don't know how to stand alone, be independent, really find her own inner peace and find that peace of mind and happiness within herself. All right, she's, very codependent, very needy, especially in terms of her success. Her feeling like, she don't have the money, or she needs somebody who's going to provide for her financially. Like, it's a lot about her not really being independent and not really knowing that she has to love herself first and give herself her own success and her own money. And that's the true success, is really having inner peace and loving herself and not feeling like she can't just be alone, like just being needy. She the type of person that would talk down on another woman like real bad just to feel accepted or feel wanted. Like, she don't love herself, so she's just bitter and she's nasty towards, women who truly do love themselves, like, or she has been in the past. She struggles with, being alone and standing independent. INDEPENDENT. Do you know what that means? That girl is not independent. All right. I said, is she dating right now? You have change, failure, gratitude, and courage. I think, yeah, she is dating around. They saying she, things is not going so good with this gratitude. She's constantly having to switch up and she's constantly having to change up the person. So it's one of those things where she's realizing that maybe it is time that she stand in her own personal power and learn how to have gratitude for herself, know how to have her own confidence and her own strength and be alone, because nothing is changing, nothing is really working. She's dealing with the same old people and the same old type of things in terms of love. All right, so what did I ask about here? I think, I first asked about what it is that she didn't tell Mr. Papers about their relationship and how it is that she felt about him. So we have, I cannot listen to your voice. It affects my soul. This connection bores me to death. I need something more exciting. My pride and ego got hurt, so I wanted revenge. I wanted to hurt you too. And I was afraid that you would reject me if I shared my feelings with you, coming out in reverse. So, okay, so she basically, with this one coming out in reverse, she maybe opened up too much, right? And told him a lot about her past hurts and her past rejections and the things that she's felt in terms of love. And he used that against her. Like, he definitely was using that to make her feel bad and make her not feel good about herself. And to the point where his voice, she don't even like hearing his voice. It's grating to her. Like, she actually hates his voice because everything that he was saying, it was like judgment. Like, it was really affecting her. It really made her feel bad. This might suggest that some of the stuff he was saying about her was true. And it's like, it was affecting her on a soul level, because, and her pride and ego was being hurt because the things that he was saying about her was true. It wasn't even a lie. And so it's saying that she wanted to hurt him too. So this was basically this relationship with Mr. Papers, they saying, was her karma, basically. And so even though he was doing bad things to her and it wasn't right, I would never say that DV towards a woman is right or talking down on a woman is right. But they're saying, essentially what these cards are saying is that her pride and ego was hurt because the things that he was saying was honestly true. The connection was boring her to death. She felt like she needed something more exciting, was possibly didn't feel sexually satisfied by just him and maybe wanted to sleep with other people. Like, there was things where her pride was not just his pride, but her pride was also involved in this situation. They was both prideful, and this was karmic. So they probably was both cheating on each other, doing a lot of bad things, and then arguing, fighting. Like, yeah, it was nasty because you wasn't a good person and he wasn't a good person, and you treated somebody bad and you ended up meeting somebody that was your match. That's how karma works. When you're in karmic energy, you meet somebody that is your karmic match. So that's what was happening. And she hated to have to hear him talking and saying anything to her because that shit was cutting deep because it was true. And it takes one to know one, right? That's why he was able to even say those things to her, because just like his pride and ego was involved, so was hers. So yeah, it took one to know one, and he was only saying what it is that he felt about himself. She was just providing a mirror for him. So he was attacking her on that. And the relationship was boring her. Wow, that's crazy. All right. I next asked about what is it? I think I asked what it was that he wasn't saying to her in terms of their, their marriage and their relationship. Yes. I am keeping secrets from you, and I hope you don't find out. I think of you at night when the world is asleep and my mind is awake. I have things going on in my life that require my full attention. Oh, wait. Then it was all of these? Well, some of these probably went with her, but it don't even matter. It's too late now. I have things going on in my life that require my full attention. I cannot be vulnerable with you. I'd rather hide in the darkness before I let you inside me. And it makes sense that, the cards is all mixed up, because regardless, one of these cards, which is probably the either the I focus on my life, I can't be bothered to worry about you, or the I'm keeping secrets from you and I hope you don't find out. It's either this first card or this last card meant to go with hers. Either way, they was doing the same thing to each other because they was in karmic energy. They was treating each other bad, cheating on each other. There was no love, loyalty, honesty, nothing of that sort in this relationship. They was keeping secrets from each other. Of course, they was thinking about each other at night when the world is asleep and their mind is awake, because it's like, if I'm cheating, then he got to be doing. Of course. I wonder what she's doing right now. Like, this was karmic. This was bad. They was toxic. They was codependent. Of course, he didn't feel guilty for how he was treating her. His ego was too big to care. Like it says on the card, I don't feel guilty. Like, no. And he knew that she probably didn't feel guilty neither. He knew that he should have been focused on his own life and handling his own shit, because they couldn't be vulnerable with each other. So yeah, they needed to focus on their own life. It literally says it twice. He couldn't be bothered with her. He was selfish. He cared only about himself and what it is that he was doing and what was going on in his life. He did not care about her at all. He was very cold and emotionally distant in the relationship. Couldn't be vulnerable with her. Couldn't be bothered with her. Probably wasn't spending a lot of time with her. Not sleeping. They wasn't sleeping in the same bed. Somebody sleeping in my bed. That's crazy. But yeah, that was a toxic codependent relationship where they wasn't treating each other right, and they wasn't truly being vulnerable with each other. And he especially was not being vulnerable emotionally. She was the one that was telling him her darkest secrets that he was end up able to use against her or whatever. And that's why he was saying a lot of stuff, but he wasn't truly being vulnerable with her. He'd rather, you know what I'm saying? Like he said, hide in the darkness before he truly let her inside, because he knew the type of woman that she truly was. So he was being toxic and she was being toxic. It was just, there was no true honesty in this relationship. Like, aside from her telling him, her darkest secrets, but there wasn't no true honesty. Because she was cheating and keeping secrets and hiding stuff too. All right, now this is her future predictions. I should have known when they wanted me to do her future predictions with the true crime and conspiracy deck. It's not going to be good, you guys. It's not going to be good. All right, let's do the first one. Beach, runaway, and accident. So she might get isolated, because it's like, well, one of those things, she feels like she never really got what she wanted, and we know that the diddler is, I don't know how much time he's going to end up doing or whether or not he's going to come back around, but it feels like she's going to be running away. She's going to be trying to isolate herself and stay to herself, confirmation, because something going to be on her back, all right, with this accident. It's going to be, situations that require her to be real smart and calculated. Like, she could end up hurt over this next 6 months. So it feels like with this beach runaway and accident, she got to be very mindful, because she might just fall on a booby trap, that she ain't even expecting. And then boom, there's something happens to her, and then all of a sudden they say it was a accident, quote unquote, so she's definitely going to be isolated and staying to herself over the next 6 months, because she don't want nothing. She looking over her shoulder. She don't want nothing to happen to her, definitely. So she's going to be isolated. Let's see what else we have. Oh no, you guys, I don't even want to say this out loud. Y'all see the cards, right? This one, and this one. So this is what they're thinking about here for entertainment purposes only. It's like you do something And then look how karma works. It come back to bite you, and they want to do that same thing to you. So, oh, God forbid. But, you know, I can't even say God forbid, because look what you was involved in. But I'm not God, so I'm not here to judge on, you know, what's right or wrong. But this is what they're saying is coming possibly over the next 6 months, what they trying to do. Like, she looking over her shoulder because she know that they trying to harm her, right? Because she's feeling like things ain't work out and she ain't get what she wanted. And I guess now she feel like it wasn't working and she want to isolate. But it's like, no, it's too late. They'll rather get rid of you before they let you dismember yourself from this. Before you get out of that, they will get rid of you. All right, what's the next one? Legal proceedings. Oh, God. She might have some legal issues cleaning up, and she might have some legal issues. Okay? And honestly, what this is saying here, karmic justice, karmic retribution, the law is being laid down on her because of what she tried to clean up and what she was involved in. So she got some more, they saying that she's entering another phase of karma again. But she's going to be stressed because karma's coming out and coming to collect on her for what she's done. All right. Lastly, we have power supply in reverse, boat, and love. She might end up in another relationship or go public with another relationship, or they might try to send her another lover. Like, you know, this might be the way to infiltrate and get to her. Because if she's trying to isolate and she's trying to stay alone and she's trying to really move on forward, like I said, with this boat, then they might just have to, you know what I'm saying, with this love, get her to stop in her tracks that way and take her down that way and cut her water off. And, you know, because they like, you're not about to separate yourself. You've already attached to us. You're not about to just leave. So they may try to, you know, pull her into a love partner or a relationship that she think is just, you know, heaven sent, or a random person that she meet, but whole time is going to be set up to keep her stuck and to monitor her. Like, they're going to send in a handler to watch her. That's pretty much what I'm seeing over the next 6 months. So that's what I have as far as Lil Kim, you know, her rise to fame, her current energy, and future predictions for the next 6 months. Let me know how y'all feel in the comments. This was a wild one. Make sure to like, subscribe to the channel. I love you guys, and I will see y'all later.